I cannot harbor my excitement for more Rico Harbor. I don't know what this means, so I'm not sure why I'm saying it. But there you go. So Gooper Blooper returns. Oh yes. Remember that, that boss that we fought in episode 1 of this, this level? Yeah, we're gonna fight it again. It's exactly the same. There is no difference, except the environment is slightly different. It's pretty wonderful. I mean, I don't particularly mind, because it's the kind of boss that sort of varies in difficulty just depending on how you fight it. Oh, hold on, this is not quite what I wanted to do. Yeah, I forgot about a blue coin last time that I could have gotten with the rocket, but I didn't, because I am a lump. So I'm just gonna have to get at my stupid speedrunning strat way, which is not that fast because I'm not pulling it off very well. Yeah, there's a regular blooper here. Not a Gooper blooper, but it is a blooper nonetheless. It is not a particularly super duper blooper. We're about to fight the super duper blooper, duper blooper booper. Mop stop whipple bop whopper bopper. I think that's what that's called. I can't remember the exact name, but it's that's the sort of Jack-in-the-Box-like item in Freddy Fish 2. It's something like Case of the Haunted Schoolhouse. And I'm not even sure if that's exactly the name, but that's a game that I used to play a lot as a kid. And, come to think of it, it had a good bit of replay value for a point-and-click game, because the items that you had to collect changed every time. So if you play the game once, you're not even guaranteed to... Camera? Do you mind changing? Thank you. You're not even guaranteed to see the Mop Stop Nipple Bop Whopper Bopper. Another excellent random thing in that game is worm doodles. I used to draw those all the time. Yeah, I was kind of addicted to that game for quite some time. And I still, like, I got it on Steam just for nostalgic purposes. And I played it and I still liked it because it's not a game that adults are really expected to play, but at the same time there are some things that I saw that I didn't really get as a kid, and it was kind of fun seeing that stuff again. And also there's the fact that it's a really well-made game for a kid's game. The artwork is really impressive. Do you mind stomping your limbs over here? Let's see, can I not break your arms off this time? Nope, I guess I have to break your arms off. Sometimes you just beg me to do it, like, no, I want you to cut off my arms and legs with a chainsaw. So I did. And then he gets all indignant on me. He's like, hey man, I was just being sarcastic. Well, that's just great. How was I supposed to know that? I'm not a mind reader, for crying out loud. Man, I am just not latching on to this arm of his, which I don't know if it's actually an arm. That was good. Doing really well with this boss fight. I am down to 0 health, almost. Yeah, I'll just get some more coins underneath. This is not a hard fight, and yet I've been kind of screwing it up every time that I've played it for this LP. Now I hope that he's still on the second phase, because if he's not, that's going to be disconcerting. Alright, he was still on second phase. I am happy with this. And then he just abruptly disappears under the sand for no reason. Under what appears to be very aqua green sand when looking at it through the water. Alrighty then. So that was Gooper Blooper, as I discussed Freddy Fish 2 randomly. It's a good game though. I'm not sure if I would recommend it, but I like it. And time to go back into the level. In the meantime, I guess I will discuss something else that is relevant to this game that I've just thought about as I'm pondering nostalgic memories. The website for Super Mario Sunshine, to me, was one of the coolest things. Like, one of the coolest things that I'd ever seen on the internet. It wasn't really that impressive or anything, but the idea of it was... It was a Flash website, and... it had a navigation bar on the left, it had official artwork from the game, there was... It had all the typical stuff that you would see on a website for a game. Advertising game with, story, characters, media, whatever other stuff it would have. I don't remember specifically what it had, but... Oh good, missed that red coin. Just loop around for that, I guess. And maybe get this one in the meantime? Can I get this one? Yeah, that... Ooh, boy. Yeah, I don't think turning to the right for that one is particularly good. It's easy to run into stuff. But yeah, just... This website was pretty much typical video game website fare, except for the fact that every page that you visited had goop covering it, just like it does in the game. And, there was this flood in the bottom right corner, the flood like this one that you see here that I actually can't use right now, but I was gonna use it to indicate that I have it. Flood on Mario's back. Where are the other red coins? They shouldn't be that hard to find. There's another one. Yeah. And you could drag the flood around and use it to clean up the goop, and it made the little watery noise and everything. So I thought it was really cool. And, it might not have been, you know, terribly exciting, but it was exciting to me, and part of it was, once you cleaned up all the goop on the website, then it unlocked, like, a new wallpaper, which I never used, but it was just the fact that I unlocked anything for cleaning all the goop. It was just cool to me. What? I have never seen that happen before. I didn't know you could change bloopers in the middle of, Okay. Well, hopefully I can do this correctly. That was really weird. I'm glad that happened. Yeah, maybe it wasn't that you cleaned all the goop on the website. Maybe it was more like you had to clean up goop to uncover a wallpaper, and then you could click on it if you wanted to. I don't know, I liked it though. It was a cool website, and sadly, I don't think it exists anymore. I've tried looking at the Wayback Machine, looking at all the web archives for SuperMarioSunshine.com, I think it was, and it just plain and simple does not exist anymore. Like, the page exists, but the Flash content does not. So that makes me sad. It makes me a sad panda. And more Shadow Mario time. Shadow Mario time. Super Mario time. It shouldn't be particularly hard, except he does go on the scaffolding, which, if you're not accustomed to the controls, then you might have some trouble with that, because it's easy enough to fall off, I suppose. Or that can happen. Phooey, I'll remember this. I'm sure you will. Just like you remember all of the other times that you get caught. Maybe not caught, but... I didn't do it correctly. I think you have to start facing forward as the Shine Sprite is touching you, and then you randomly can get the camera to swivel around. I didn't do it correctly, but that's just going to be the tradition for every time that I catch Shadow Mario. It's going to be me trying to make the camera go all wonky. I think I'm done with that stage for now. I don't really know of anything else that I want to do with it. One thing that I ought to do, probably, assuming that any of it is available... No, I guess... Well, okay, this is available. Hello. Hello! You want to work for me for a little bit? Not really, but you're craving some bananas. Are you bananas for bananas? Yeah, all you do with this is you bring a banana bunch. I mean, this is actually 3 bananas right here, but we can't just bring this one banana bunch. We have to bring 3 banana bunches. So, the game is wrong. How dare it be, like, indecisive? No idea. But yeah, we pretty much just do this 3 times. It is riveting. I make it sound like it's not fun, and maybe to some people it isn't fun, but I think it is. because it's just a little bit dumb. But you have to do this several times. It's not just with this character. There are a few times that you have to bring 3 of some kind of fruit and put them in a basket. In a picnic basket. Maybe I can play basketball with this one. I did not do it right. Okay. Retry. Free throw. Did it. Thanks, sweetums. Let me get a blue coin for that. I'll do one more. This one's slightly more exciting, maybe. This is pineapples, I believe. Again, I don't really want to work for you, but sure, we'll just go with that. You know what you could do is you could walk over here, go down this ledge, and there are lots of pineapples just around the corner. You could just walk. Other people in town are walking. There are even some people who like running around the town. So, just stop being lazy for 3 seconds and you'll have all the pineapples you could possibly want. Silly Pianta woman. Did I do that right? No, I did not. I don't know, the easier way to do this is just to spin jump up there and get the angle right and drop it in. If you would... Yes, thank you. As the basket very slightly clips through the ground. What are you two people complaining about? I'm not lying, I saw the plans for the statue. Okay. They're complaining about the who built the statue? That's... I don't understand this. I guess that's something somewhat reasonable to complain about for these people. Like, if it's the only real thing besides the Shine Gate that indicates some kind of ancestry, then that's usually where political debates come from, is stuff that's way before our time, and we're trying to figure out who remembers what information correctly. Oh boy, that is not what I wanted to do. Pineapple, come back. It is a theoretical pineapple, except it's not actually a theoretical pineapple because it really just is a pineapple. Or maybe it's theoretical because it's a video game pineapple, who even knows? Also, this music, listening to this music for a moment, it's not at the correct part of the music now, but the part that goes, I guess it's just the which is pretty constant throughout the song, so I don't know why I'm waiting for a specific part of it, but that part makes me think of the menu music from Mr. Driller. At least the Dreamcast and maybe PlayStation versions. I don't know about other versions of the game. And it's very similar well, not instrumentation, just very similar melody. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that's enough blue coin hunting for now. I'm done with Rico Harbor. I'm gonna head to Gelato Beach next, because that is just the next level to go to. And I don't think that the game will let me see any other levels until I do this one. Unless, like I think I said, I wanted to go to Pianta Village by cheating. But, no, I think I'll just... You know what, I would rather not be in the range of those weird jelly blobs. Those beached jellyfish that cover the whole beach. So, as Toad is dead in the water for the ink, for the black smudge. Smudge. Yes, smudge. What is that up there? Okay, hold on for a moment. What is that? I guess that's Pianta Village, actually. I'd never really thought to look up to see a level that you see way later in the game. I guess that must be it. It's kind of funky. You can see other levels from other levels, but, yeah, I was just never thinking about that one. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, I guess I have to be a little bit closer. Who designed this thing? I have to move the DS stylus all the way across the screen. That's another random thing that I found by searching through nostalgic memories. is the Skebs mailbag from fredthemonkey.com, which apparently is still a thing, it's just a little different nowadays. It's like the offshoot Homestar Runner with different characters, which I think is fine. Dunebud Sandcastle Secret. I used to say that Gelato Beach was my favorite level in this game, maybe because it's kind of the most peaceful level. I'm not entirely sure if it's still my favorite or not. I would have to think about that. But I will try to get a number of blue coins, I guess, while it's fresh on my mind. There's that one over there. There are a few that are just way out into the ocean. Now, if this was Moana, I couldn't get this, because it's just too far. I don't know. One of the things that bothered me about that movie is... Spoiler alert for the movie, by the way. Why... The first time that Moana goes out into the ocean, it's really violent. And then the second time she goes out, it's perfectly fine because it helps her. I don't get why it's different both times. Shouldn't it... If the ocean is her friend, and, like, the one who chose her, why was it so completely unforgiving to her the first time that she goes out and then it almost kills her? I thought that was kind of dumb. Even though I still like the rest of the movie, I didn't understand that part. Okay, I am going to do this without any use of rocket nozzling or schnoz. The schnozberries, the snozberries. The snozberries taste like snozberries. Snozberries? Who's ever heard of a snozberry? And then... I want to say that he says, "We are the mischief makers and we are the dreamers of dreams," but that can't be what he says. I just have mischief makers on the brain, I suppose, even though that's not a game that I've played recently, but I did play it once. Or I played through it once. Which I consider it a nice hidden gem on the Nintendo 64. Maybe not the most amazing game ever, but still a good experience. Yeah. I like the music in this level. It's the same melody as all of the other music in this game, but it's, like, particularly light and pleasant, I guess. You know what, I'm gonna wait on this for a moment, because I think there might be a blue coin up here. Okay, maybe not up here specifically, but there's the ledge over there. And there's a lot of blue coins that I think I can get. Yeah, there's the one that I was thinking of. This one up there. Not sure if I can reach it from here. Maybe with a tricky jump, but I'm just gonna save that one for later. Oh yeah, another thing that I remember from that Super Mario Sunshine website is the fact that there was this one screenshot that had, like, it looked like a screenshot of Mario running away, very afraid for his life, away from this giant piranha plant, which might have just been Petey the Piranha, but it looked like some random huge piranha plant, sort of like the one in Yoshi's Island, the naval piranha, except way bigger. And I always thought that seemed like a really cool scene. Like, oh my goodness, it's a chase. But there's nothing like that in the game. So, I don't know if I'm disappointed or not, because that's more hectic than most of this game is. And I like the peaceful nature of it, so... And there's so many blue coins that I should get, and the video is kind of going to run long if I attempt to get them all. But I see no problem with that. I don't know if anyone else has a problem with that. It might be boring content, but... Now I'm thinking randomly about how Jonathan Blow doesn't like the word content as a general friendly term for things that people make, because you wouldn't call a sandwich that someone makes you content, would you? And I think that's kind of a stupid argument. It's a perfectly valid word. Whatever. Let's see, is there anything else I want to do? Anything else that I could get, I could probably save for another mission, so... Yeah, time for the Dunebud Castle, Sand Castle, Secret Castle. I haven't shown any of these Dunebuds off, but you spray them and usually things pop out of the ground. Sometimes the ground just kind of terraforms into itself. But in this case, it makes a sandcastle. Now you see, to build a sandcastle, you have to have the sand just right. Not too wet, not too dry. There was more to that quote. That was from Robert Benfer, who is now known for working with Film Cow, I guess, but used to be known for making claymations and dubs of the Matrix movies. That was one of his random rambles in one of the Matrix dubs that he did. There's some serious scene where all the lines are replaced with talking about building a sandcastle. And there's another one that's like, all I ever wanted was a lollipop. Do you have a lollipop? No, I do not have a lollipop. And then my favorite part, I was showing one of the videos to my friend. I was over at his house, and I was sleeping the night. And the video starts with, so I turned around, and the crayons were gone! And we had to pause the video right there because we were both laughing too hard. I actually peed my pants. And I had to have my mom come over with a new pair of pants. So that was a good story. On that note, next time, more Gelato Beach.